Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? Holla at your boy, it's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. It is your Friday real life stock review. Hope you have some incredible plans for this weekend. Driving down to Forsyth, Georgia to hang out with my cousin. He's having a big birthday bash and just gonna chill with him this weekend. Have a good time, relax a little bit, and I'll be back up in Nashville Sunday night getting ready to crush earnings again next week. April is going to be officially over trading-wise in 10 minutes, but it's over for me. So in the month of April, happy to report April is my biggest, best month of the entire year, which says a lot because it's already been 4 months, right, I guess. So locking in officially 15.79 Rs for the month of April. Woo! Pumped about that. Man, that's exciting. I love it, love it. Most of it's going to go to taxes. just letting you know. So anyway, that's happening. But regardless, I'm excited that April did what it did. Really interested to see what May's going to do. Now, let's talk about the SPY. Actually, before I get too far into the SPY, let's talk about something really quick. Just Wednesday, I asked you guys if it would be okay if you are all interested in me reteaching the day trading classes. Well, the results were outstanding. Keep eyes out on your inbox. You'll be getting some links next week. Those classes will be the beginning part of June. So if you have any friends or employees or employers or I already said friends, family, someone that you work with, co-workers, anyone that you think might be interested in these classes, they will be entirely 100% free. We will be teaching you, or I will be teaching you how to day trade with this product. It's not going to be any sales pitch, and there's actually going to be a little bit of a bonus at the end of it if you are there to watch it live. And yes, we will be recording it. We will be updating it on the website. Thank you so much for the high energy, the praise, the comments. You guys are amazing. I'm humbled and blessed to be a part of such an amazing group of traders. Let's talk about the markets really quick. SPY not doing too much on the day realistically. So looking at SPY, zooming in here just a little bit, we can see that more or less it's a stair-step pattern of sorts. Still looks like this nice little double bottom right here. This is what me and my good friend Roxanne were talking about just the other day. You got a little stair-step pattern right here, and my thought, we trace down, we bounce off of that double bottom. Maybe that'll happen, maybe not, but I'm not getting into a bear call spread. I looked at it, the premium, it's there. You know, there's about a 10% ROI for a 243, 244 for May. That would go along nicely with our bull put spread, creating the iron condor. For regular May, we got the 228, 227 already. So I guess we'll see, we'll find out. But anyway, that's pretty much SPY, guys. There was so much going on today. Good Googa Mooga. Here's Qs, QQQ, and the Qs, very obvious what happened on the Qs today. Incredibly obvious on Amazon. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But you had this white candle. It was an all-time high. In fact, it was a shaved top candle, meaning there was no wick. So people were buying as much as they could yesterday on the Qs, and then we gapped up today. So a very good fading gap, right? A great retest. It is retesting, but we did make a higher high and a higher low on the Qs. You can thank that fading to Amazon. Amazon is very easy fade. Oh man, right? So you had this nice run up into earnings. You had this white candle. There was no one really trapped on Amazon, right? That's the thing. This is pure profit taking. This is profit taking 101. I mean, look at the bullish trend. This is a great opportunity for a fade. And as a reminder, a fade is when a gap trades in the opposite direction of the gap. So looking at this beautiful bullish gap right here, amazing trend, right? Flawless bullish trend, just higher and higher and higher and higher. Nice white candle, gapping up today. And if you look at it pre-market, there was a lot of traders who took advantage of this free fall. So congratulations, Al, you're one among them. Here was the pre-market data, and you'll see something really cool right here. I mean, guys, this was textbook. Gorgeous. Here's that pre-market support, right? Basing that pre-market support off of this wick, that little thing. And so pretty much what happened is we were trading, we broke down. What did we do next? We retested, and then we rolled over. that's when some of the traders got into some 940 puts. Those were weekly options, 940 puts. And I don't even want to talk about how much those increase in value today. It might make your stomach turn, but phenomenal analysis for those who got a chance to take Amazon. Congratulations, very well done, super proud of you. Amazing stuff. So what next? Well, honestly, this is a retest gap, and let it retest a little bit more. So I'm going to be watching this one maybe to come into the 10. It might not quite get there, but I can say for sure, let it trade down a little bit lower, and I'll be looking for a doji or a hammer or some semblance of a bullish trade, just waiting for it to kind of retest and hang out a little bit more. Here's Google, ticker symbol GOOGL, and Google today was also a white candle gapping up into an all-time high, and you can see this one also faded just a little bit. Now, this one had a good opportunity to take some bullish trades. I did not trade bullish on Google today. I didn't trade Google at all today, in fact. But similar pre-market support and resistance that you'll see on Amazon. So you had that high right there, had a little bit of support resistance right there, and some kind of support resistance right there. That was all pre-market. And this was a retest gap, so it did retest and it did kind of bounce. But again, more often than not, Google in this all-time high territory, just kind of trading sideways, doing its thing. So nice high wave candle, probably looking for Google to do something like this or continue to trade sideways and then break higher. But the edge, or at least the direction I'll be keeping an eye on for, is going to be more bullish than bearish. Here's GILD. And GILD had a great, very pretty one white soldier candle bouncing off of the support. So Gilead Sciences, gorgeous one white soldier back here on the 25th of April. And then you could have had an opportunity to make a little bit of coinage on a higher high and a higher low the very, very next day. A little bit of a double bottom down here too. Here's your double bottom. So we have close of the neckline. Earnings right around the corner on Gilead. So more or less just watch for something like this and like this. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if you're looking at it, that would be a good setup and a good possibility. Here's your long-term moving averages. And you'll notice we may or may not have touched and failed the 100 simple moving average before in the past. So it's going to be a really, really powerful target. But what I can recognize is this pattern that looks a little triangle-esque. So if we break out of here, Gilead Sciences could be at a good bottom and a good buying opportunity. There's been a few traders keeping their eyes on this one, so that's going to be a fun one to watch. Here's ticker symbol Norfolk Southern. Woo-wee, come on, let's get some biscuits. Ticker symbol NSC. Here's your weekly chart on Norfolk Southern, and again, this is technical analysis, kind of at its finest, right? You had this previous all-time high action right here. We broke out that all-time high. What did we do, ladies and gentlemen? We retested, right? All-time high breakouts have failed more times than I failed chemistry the last 3 or 4 years in the markets, and we just getting this retest over and over and over and over and over. And so that's kind of what's been happening on a lot of stocks. So don't buy the breakout if it's an all-time high on most stocks. Wait for that retest to come in. So anyway, NSC, really good retest. So what's it going to do from here? Well, long-term looks pretty bullish. The bullet trend is bullish at least. Daily chart looks a little double bottomish. A little double bottomish on Norfolk Southern. So here's the double bottom right there. Kind of closed below the neckline, right around there. So at this point, we're looking to retest that. Earnings is over. Dividends is around the corner on Norfolk Southern. So if you're looking at playing it bullish, I'd probably say around the 115 area. Stock could be around the 111 area. And look to buy the dip. Boop. You'll notice there is Ryan's request for GoPro, ticker symbol GPRO, and GoPro, doing what GoPro does in most situations is pretty bearish, in my opinion, and this rock solid resistance just held up again. So $9, which was once an old support, is now a new resistance, right? This was a black candle gapping down. Guess what happened? Well, that retest gap retested. Pretty shocking. So this week is now a bearish engulfing pattern on GoPro. Here's your exponential moving averages, and exponential moving averages on a weekly chart. Looks like we're failing the 20 again. Here's the daily time frame, another big bearish candle coming in. I'm really interested to see how GoPro can turn things around from here. I don't know if it's going to be a buyout, bankruptcy, or just go to zero, right? I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen on GoPro. I'm sure someone would like to buy some of the GoPro sales models and some of their products, and someone want to own them. But here's a gap right here, and there's a good gap. This is a really good volume coming in. So bottom line on GoPro, if we start showing any kind of semblance of a flag and then we trade lower, I'm not bullish on GoPro at all. And I really won't be until we start closing above 10. So there's a closing bell. So anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on GoPro. It didn't really gap on earnings, but the direction, in my opinion, is a little bit bearish. FFIV, Johnny Guarco scored some lunch money on this gap down yesterday. Here's your weekly chart. I think it's just one to keep our eyes on. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but that is a double top on a weekly chart. It closed below the neckline. Here's your long-term moving averages on a weekly. So I'll let you guys know what I'll be watching for on FFIV is something like that. If it can retest in the 132.82, that's what I'll be watching pretty nicely. Let's check out Weight Watchers, ticker symbol WTW. Weight Watchers, new CEO, and looks like it is starting to break out, folks. You had an obvious, really strong gap action right here. Great gap. This was on a weekly chart. We gapped. We retraced. That gap acted as a support, kind of a cup and handle-ish looking thing. But Weight Watchers closing above the weekly 200 simple is a big deal. Here's the daily chart, and you notice a really strong bullish trend on the daily. Here's your daily moving averages, and obviously a little bit of an angle there. So the trend, in my opinion, right now looks bullish. Earnings right around the corner. What could you look for on Weight Watchers? Something like that. Buy the dip. Weird, right? Notice, check out this, another retest gap. White candle, what? White candle gapping up and retesting. This is the strangest thing. So anyway, that's Weight Watchers. Nice trend, looks good. Interesting to see what happens on that one. Oh man, what else to talk about? Netflix, we can talk about Netflix really quick. So we had a weekly options newsletter trade on Netflix. If you got a chance, if you're a subscriber to that, you made money. We set the weekly options newsletter up on Tuesday night. It triggered, this was Tuesday, right there, right? Tuesday, it triggered on Wednesday, and it hit target 1 on Thursday. So this was a retest gap. It has retested. We already played it once, and I'll be looking to play it again on Netflix. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Nice quick profit. I love that bounce. I love that gap analysis. Some good stuff. Tractor Supply had a few traders make a small fortune on Tractor Supply yesterday with this gap down on earnings. I wonder how they knew to keep an eye out for that gap down. So at this point, earnings also coming up on Tractor Supply. You guys remember a beautiful bearish gap down. And this is what I'm going to say on Tractor Supply with earnings coming up right around the corner. I'm watching for one of two things. If Tractor Supply gaps above that blue line, it's going to be a really strong indication to go bullish, actually, because again, all the bears who are right here will then be trapped, and then the bulls will be out to play. But if Tractor Supply has a weak earnings or looks like it's going to be gapping down, I've been looking at potentially trading it bearish as it could roll over into that level on earnings. I'm just being silly now. Going too far. Anyway, Tractor Supply, some good analysis. High five team, well done. And let's look at two more. You'll notice there, requesting Deutsche Bank. He said he's looking to go short on ticker symbol DB. Look at going in short on Deutsche Bank. I get it, man. There's a really good resistance at about 1989. White candle gapping up. This is a retest gap for a weekly candle. That's a pretty solid shooting star. So if you're going short below that candle with a stop either above that candle or stop above here somewhere, I understand. Personally, for me, I'm not going to short Deutsche Bank, but I will look if it comes back into 12 or 13. I'll be looking at buying it. Another analysis you could consider is maybe this is an invert head and shoulders pattern. I don't know. Only time will tell. But if we start breaking above that neckline right there around 21, Deutsche Bank could be relevant again. Speaking of relevant, RBS, Royal Bank of Scotland. Royal Bank of Scotland. We were talking about this one during Brexit because it was a really massive gap. I'm sure a lot of you remember that. Just black candle gapping down, retest gap. What did it do? It retested. Oh, so weird. So retest gap on Bank of Scotland. That was back in Brexit, back in July 2016. And then, of course, it recovered because it's the Bank of Scotland. It's just not going to go out of business. Very nice double bottom. Again, close with the neckline. Nice retest of the neckline right there. And we're continuing higher on RBS. So really good 50% gain or something on Royal Bank of Scotland since Brexit. A good situation, one of those when there's blood in the streets, look to be a buyer, something like that. Was pretty much the way to play RBS. If you're not in right now, no big deal, but what I can say is a nice white candle gapping up. Looks good at present Interesting to see if it can, in fact, retest from here and what that retest would look like. But if you're a buyer, I guess just kind of keep your eyes on the prize. Let's look at 3 more really quick. I'll make it fast. Here is Facebook. Facebook, new all-time high. Finally hit my 150 target on Facebook. Huge volume today. Earnings right around the corner. This is an incredibly strong trend, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in mind, Facebook also owns Instagram and WhatsApp. 3 of the biggest social media companies on the planet under one roof. It's going to go higher. That's too much data for the not to. Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, closed above the candle on Wednesday with that gap. I am bullish on Twitter, looking for it to pull back, looking at some June 16 calls for 87 cents. And then Snapchat, we have a weekly options newsletter on Snapchat. We're looking for it to gap down on earnings. So far, looks kind of bullish, and I'm probably going to lose this wager. We'll see. We will see on Snapchat. But based on the candles, this candle was the one that came in. Once that came in, I knew for sure this little short-term invert head and shoulders pattern on an hourly chart playing out pretty nice. So the put, we'll see what happens on earnings. If not, I'll lose an R on Snapchat in May. A lot of the gains that I made in April, probably going to roll over into May because there are some losses I'm going to be carrying over into May on paper. A lot of them are option related. US Steel is going to be one. FCX still kind of break even on FCX. CF is going to be one. American Airlines likely going to be one. Twitter puts are likely to be one. Meet Me, we'll see. Snapchat, we'll see. So we'll find out. We'll see exactly how it plays out. But either way, I'm interested to see. May's right around the corner. In fact, Monday will be here. Monday is going to be Mentorship Monday. For those who subscribe to the morning and or afternoon trading room, get ready to enjoy those 3 hours of amazing content that's going to be recorded and delivered into your inbox by Monday night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. As you know, if you have requests, let me know. There's only one company who does what we do, and that is to enrich lives. That's our mission. Hopefully, we did that today. Thanks so much for tuning in. You're amazing. I'll see you next time. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.